It's a gorgeous, cold, very beautiful day in downtown Fayetteville. We're just off the square and we are at Modus Studio. This is an architecture firm that does things a little bit differently and we're going to find out what that looks like. So come on in. Hey Chris, what's
Hey Monica,
up?
hey.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
And I want to hear the story about your space and what you do and everything. I see these really cool models. Maybe we can start there. Can you just share some of these? I'm assuming these are buildings that Modus has been a part of?
Yes, they're actually working models where we change them, manipulate them, figure out how a building is going to look. It's just another tool that we use. And so some of these are private residences that you see. Some of them are schools. Some of them are apartments, multifamily housing complexes, a lot of different building types.
Nice, I love that. Well, it's beautiful. And your space, an amazing aesthetic in here. It feels amazing. I'd love to kind of get a tour of the space.
Sure, absolutely.
Have you walk us through.
Yeah, we can walk around a little bit.
That'd be awesome.
This is the main studio where everybody works. We work in an open office like this intentionally. It's a way for us to, better facilitate making design decisions. You always have everyone's input on every project. So if someone has a good idea, it gets shared.
What's going on back there?
Yeah, so we have the fabrication shop out here, and that's something that makes Modus unique. There's not a lot of architecture firms, especially in our area, that have these capabilities. Basically, we call it Modus Shop, and it's a fabrication shop.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
So welcome to Modus Shop.
I love it.
This is our fabrication side of Modus. It's a place where we're able to actually test out details of our buildings. You can make mock-ups, prototypes of different portions of the design, and actually come out here and fabricate those, show them to clients. It's a tool that we use that a lot of other firms in this area don't have, and it makes us unique. There's a lot always going on, but right now we have a couple of different things right here in front of us. This is a plaque that we're actually installing in our own building. Recently our building was certified LEED Platinum, and we were the only building in the state of Arkansas to receive that certification. That means we took a lot of steps in the design process and the construction process when we renovated this building. Everything from what type of plumbing fixtures there are, toilets, how water runoff is treated outside. There are a lot of different elements to the building that are sustainable. We feel like whatever is good for the community and how we build, that's the way that it should be. If you acquire enough of those types of elements within your project, you can actually register your building to be certified with the US GBC, and we received the highest certification possible, which was LEED Platinum. Well, you want to step back into the studio and I'll introduce you to Chris Baribeau, our principal architect?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm really excited to meet him. I am now here with Chris, who's one of the principals at Modus. Let's just start with, what does Modus mean?
Okay, all right. Well, I think when my partners and I started the firm, as opposed to it being last names that create the entity or the studio, we really wanted to be about a process or a way which of doing things. So that's where the idea of Modus came into play. We'd like to attempt to shed the idea of preconceived notions about what architecture should be or what the project should be, but that really through that process, that design process, re-engage each time and find the right solution for the site constraints, the client needs, and sort of what's going on in the world right now. I think we try to take all of that and apply that to the principles we bring to the design process. As that idea evolved of having an open atmosphere studio and really allowing us to engage in the work in sort of a unique format, that the process, sketching, modeling, rendering, whatever it may be, or all the way to fabrication, all happens, with engagement with the client. And throughout the process, you see that happen. And so that's really important to us, which sort of led into the development of a thinking, making philosophy. So I think we started in 2008, but in 2010, we started Modus Shop, which is the fabrication component. And that really allowed us then to create in real time, you can be working on a design idea, but then also see it implemented and test it full-scale mock-up, half-scale mock-up, or actually installed in the field. So that really, I think, adds a facet to our design philosophy and the fact that we have the ability to also fabricate what we're creating. It's not just about the great architect sitting in the studio, but it's really about engaging where you are, the place you are, putting your money where your mouth is, such as investing in and renovating, developing our own projects right around this area. Thinking about where the sun is in the sky and solar orientation, passive breezes, and just being energy, conservation in general. That's just what good design is. I mean, good designers think that way. I think what's great about recent years with LEED and other systems that have come online is really a way to apply metrics to that so that you can actually measure and see what you're designing and thinking about how it can actually perform in the real world, and sort of set a roadmap for how to achieve that. So to me, it's just basic good design. Yeah. On the other hand, it gives you the tools you need to increase the process of design towards a more sustainable future, more sustainable project. I think for us personally, I think the idea of being in the Ozarks and being sort of right on this edge between the natural and the man-made world, we're kind of in this burgeoning urban area with a lot of activity, construction, built environment is daily improving, but we're also so close to the natural world and can engage in outdoor activities, lakes, streams, rivers, mountains, etc. So I think being in this edge and sort of dealing with all the issues of a growing suburbia transforming into a more urban character, and a lot of our work deals with that. And also we have work dealing with kind of being out in the middle of nowhere, hopefully. So I think somewhere sort of straddling this zone is, I think, a really unique opportunity to sort of till the soil and do some really good work, be part of the growth of the place, and work with great people all on the same page trying to do great things.